The second deck of the day that we're going to be playing today is, actually, if you saw our opponent in the last match we just played with the last deck, it is very similar to what we're doing. So, this is a Tyranitar Dodrio deck. So, Tyranitar, we played with this card before, but it's been a hot minute. It says, for 1 energy, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. For 2 energy, if any of your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 100 more damage. So you can do 250 damage for 2 energy. Electric damage with 340 HP, which is about as thick as they get these days. And have the Terra type as well. Now, how do you enable this card? You have to have things on your bench that have damage. So we're going to be doing that with Dodrio. Dodrio says that once during your turn, you may put 1 damage counter on this Pokemon and draw a card. So not only are we going to be putting damage on our bench Pokemon, we're actually going to be getting to draw cards with that, which is really, really powerful if you can make it work. Beyond that, we're going to take care of Tyranitar's big weakness by saying it has no retreat cost, because it has a 4 retreat cost normally, and Cheryl. Cheryl says you may heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon, and if you do, discard all energy from the Pokemon. Now, if you do that, take care, Ayanami. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. I appreciate you. Cheryl, if you take all of the damage off of Dodrio, 1, it's probably not going to have any energy on it, and 2, that means you just get to draw more cards. Like, if you take all the energy off of Tyranitar, you're healing it up to 330 HP, and it only takes 2 energy to do its stuff. So, I think this deck's really good. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with how it runs, but let's find out, because we can't know until we try, right? Tyranitar Dodrio, forward. It kind of looks like Jolteon's licking Mew's ear. Huh. Weird. All right. Do we want to go first or second? Probably first, because we're trying to evolve things. Probably first. Probably first. You know, playing a supporter card is great, but going first is usually pretty good. Okay, not the best start we've had. Okay, some Lost Box Tina stuff going on the opponent's side. That's actually probably okay for us, unless we're unlucky because we let them go second, they get to attack first turn. If we're really unlucky, they're going to Cramorant us and we're going to lose. If we don't draw a Doduo. I mean, even if we draw a Doduo. Okay, couple of comfies. That's really good for us, actually. Okay, so let's do that. Oh my god. Oh, I misplayed so hard. I needed to play the Ditto first. Whoops. Alright, well, now we're gonna do this. Because I messed up. Oops. Off to a rip-roaring start. Just really wanted to get some cards out of my hand. For reasons. I don't know, maybe they Iono us and it didn't matter, right? I mean, it probably mattered. I just went through 2 of my switching effects, 2 out of 4. Okay, and they do have the Cramorant. So it's a matter of, between the 2 comfies and a Colress, that's enough for Cramorant to attack. So I'm really glad that we got what we got. I wish I had been smarter about it, but here we are. Okay. Cramorant's probably going to be online. There's some niche chance they can't get it there, but it would be wild if they don't Cramorant us here. Okay, so that was their energy and their retreat. So they're not going to be doing the jet energy to retreat sort of thing. Maybe they don't have a switch? Maybe? Again, probably do. Okay, they did. Brutal. I mean, that was like the nuts start for them, though, and we had the best start for me. Oopsie. It's alright, maybe we rip the rare candy just off the top here. We did not. Hit him in the face! Confront your fears, Larvitar. Confront them. Ha! Alright. GG, opponent. My bad. Let's try again. Nice hat. All right, here we go. Round 2, ready, pass. Yay, thank you, opponent. Oh, I mean, uh-oh. Why? You got Sableye turn 2? Wild. That's crazy, Schnee. Like, that's crazy. We want to play the Ditto, because we don't want to not play the Ditto. We're going first, so we get to play all these things out. Grass, huh? Well, this doesn't tell us much. I believe this means it's Lunatone, like Soul Rock Lunatone, but I could be wrong about that. That's what that looks like to me. Okay. I mean, it might still be, right? Zacian doesn't tell us much. This is kind of tough. I think we have 2, so I think we're just gonna do one of each. And let's make this a Doduo. Okay. Alright, let's see what they're actually... What does Ditto do? Ditto is just there to be our... So I like to play with 10 basics in my deck, and the only basics that we're actually playing with in this deck are Doduo and Larvitar. Ditto is there if we draw it first turn to make sure we don't mulligan that many times, and it is either a Doduo or a Larvitar if it's first turn. So it's there just to smooth us out. Hey, I was right! It is a Soul Rock Lunatone deck. Oh, and it's the pretty full art one, too. Ooh. Okay, that's a really good draw, y'all. That's a really good draw. Let's see what it gets us here. Okay. Solid. Oh, I really wanted an Arven there. This is, I mean, this is better than nothing, though, right? We get to force them to put this back. And we get to draw an extra card every turn. Tatas will be happy, you're not wrong. I haven't seen the Lunatone deck play Zacian before. That's interesting. Oh, these are so pretty full art together. Okay. So the retreat is because this can, well, they'd have to have it. They can use Sun Energy to get this over here, but the difference between Mewtwo and Zacian is that Zacian needs 3 on it, Mewtwo only needs 2. So... does end their turn, which is good for us. Okay. Can I have... I think we Doduo or Dodrio first here, because I don't really want to give them extra cards, and if we rip a Tyranitar, we're in a very good spot. Okay, we ripped a Tyranitar. Ish. We're actually going to be ditching whatever we get, along with the Switch for the Rare Candy? Yeah, to the Ultra Ball, I mean. I want to keep the Judge, because they're going to get some prize cards next turn. So yeah, let's ditch those 2 things and go get a Tyranitar. Woo! That was a sneeze. I agree, Tatas. If we're gonna get our butts kicked, at least it's gonna be by somebody who looks good, right? Okay, so as anticipated, they got a prize card. They're very happy right now. We're going to take that away from them. Okay, that's excellent. These are both excellent, actually. The free retreat for Tyranitar. Let's get another card draw here. We also are going to evolve this Larvitar. We're going to hold on this other one. It's going to be more likely that this is something that we actually want to have to ditch. Thank you, Schnee. I appreciate you. All right, and they finally got Zacian ready, and it's gone. The Lunatone's going to be able to do a lot of damage. It's not going to be able to knock the Tyranitar out in one hit. Hopefully that means we're not dead on the spot. We might still be, though. Lunatone's a tough nut to crack. They did give us the advantage on prize cards, though. Okay, and Pokestop is extra terrifying. Less so when that happens. There's another Lunatone. Another Solrock, okay. If they don't get another Lunatone, I'm a lot less scared. Okay, there's the other Lunatone. Dodrio can take out a Lunatone, which is nice. Yeah. Mewtwo says you can cheat enough energy on him with Raihan on one turn. Exactly, exactly. Saying drag Soul Rocks to the front? We could see that. Oh, and then Goosen just take him out on the bench. That's fair. The problem is, it only takes one energy to put on a Soul Rock to retreat it, and then the Soul Rock can take that energy that you just put on it and grab it and put it on a Lunatone. That's the difficult part, right? Okay. Ultra Ball here. Ditch both of those for another Tyranitar. I should have done the Dodrio thing first. Might regret this. Nah, didn't end up regretting it, so that's exciting. This goes here. Because we have a second one ready, I think we're the favorite here. I think. We'll see. Cheryl is a great draw. They're going to take this Tyranitar out, but then we're going to basically be on the upside and have this as a backup plan. But Arven next turn is a Nest Ball for another Doduo. I mean, they have a near infinite number, as many as they need. Ha! Ha! Okay, Tyranitar has been slain. That being said, we're still even on prize cards, and now they don't have another Lunatone ready to go. So, and just drawing another Doduo that way is great, too. Okay, so like I said, we're going to Arven here for a Nest Ball. Yeah, I should probably use Dodrio first. Okay, it's a good pull. We don't actually have to worry too much about this Mountain Hurl thing. So let's put this energy down on this one. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just put it here. Maybe I should have held on to that for Cheryl. Maybe. Kind of depends what the texture of their hand is, right? Like, how far behind are we here? Kamado's a great pull. That's a really good draw. Okay, they had another Lunatone. They do have to be able to switch it out, which they probably can do, but they have to do it, right? Okay. What are the odds that we rip another energy? Pretty high. Pretty high. Okay, second Lunatone's a little scary, but again, just kind of how this deck works. They're gonna have it. Okay, the boss's orders is annoying, but I don't think that's actually the right play, because that's only one prize card, and we have another one in our hand. They're trying to make our Tyranitar hit less, but it hits hard enough anyways. So that actually kind of helped us here a little bit. Okay, so let's put this energy on this one. The reason I did that is because we might Cheryl later, and I don't want to just have to ditch the energies. Okay, it's not. We're gonna do that just so we can play Kamado here and just draw some cards. Okay. 250, so one more Pokemon. I believe we win. Avery is so mean against their deck. I don't think they can beat us here. If they try to put the Zacian down and retreat to, like, wall up a little bit here, we can just boss's orders something up front. So I think we've got this on lock. All right, GG, opponent, GG. Do I draw an energy? I did. All right, cool. Now we're gonna do this because it's funny. Oh, we're fine. Everybody's fine here. Mountain hurl. Just throw a mountain at a rock. That's how you take care of a rock. Ah, and you as well. Thank you, Sinead. I appreciate you. Don't remind me, Wiggles. All right, that was pretty clean. That was pretty clean. It seems to be that speed is the difficult part of our deck, right? Difficult's a strong word. That's like the important part, right? We need to go fast. We need to get the Tyranitar out fast, and we need to have a Dodrio. Speedy bird, fast. I was talking to my buddy. It's wild that this Dodrio, which is known for running very quickly, doesn't have a free retreat cost, but if it did, that card would be too good. So it goes to show you, it's not all about flavor. Sometimes it's about balance. Nice to remove the ninja after the setup. Alright, we get to go first again. Okay, we get a different hand than this. So I tried to make the Hitmonlee Tinglu deck work. I gave up. Y'all, I think that deck sucks. I think the problem is Tinglu's just not as good as it once was. It suffers from the same thing that everybody else is suffering from right now, which is this is a Larvitar, right? Probably, because we have a Pupitar in hand. What it is suffering from, ha 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 ha. Okay, it's actually a Doduo. These are not the problem anymore, and Tinglu specifically does not work against EXs, which is what you want Tinglu to work against, and it also doesn't do enough damage to really matter. So yeah. It's the sadness. The sadness. Okay, so if they just use Tail on Fire and hit Doduo here, and that's all they do, and then we draw an Energy, Dodrio can knock out Charmander. Big ol' if. Big ol' if, but possible. That's the thing I really like about Dodrio, is not just the card draw and the damaging, that's great in this deck, but it's also the fact that Dodrio can do a lot of damage just by existing for one energy. Like, it's really good. EX's Power Cut VMAX, I agree, Vast. EXs are... I mean, VMAXs are just bad now, in my opinion. They're just worse. Okay, I mean, we still have a shot here. We just need to do this and this, grab a Dodrio... And now, if this draws us an energy, we win. It's a big if, but if it does, we win. I think we win. Yay, we win. All right. 70 damage. Ballistic Beak. Scraw! By Charmander. Yay, GG. Like, VMAXs are just bad now, because none of them, with the exception of Mew, obviously, none of them do enough damage to justify being worth 3 prize cards anymore. And their HP pool is about on par with the EXs, which the trade-off, in my opinion, kind of feels like it's supposed to be that EXs are evolutions, and not just basic Pokemon, but so are VMAXs, right? They're evolutions of Vs. So... But where that all comes down to is Tinglu is not as good as it used to be. My Arceus or Arcanine Tinglu Koraidon deck wins because of how fast it is, not because of how good Tinglu is. So trying to slide Hitmonlee in there, it didn't work. It felt like a worse version of the deck. And we're gonna get a completely new hand with basic Pokemon, energy, rare candies, supporters, everything. Everything you need. Okay. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Okay, one of our Larvitars is in our prize cards. Notable. Notable. This is a distraction. I don't want them to kill the Larvitar, but I don't want them to look too closely at the Doduo either. Artazon. Comfy, okay. Imagine Comfy's coming out front here. Okay, so they're a Charizard deck as well. That's why we played the second Doduo out. Okay. Pretty good starting hand from us. If this is a Professor's Research, we're very, very happy. Wouldn't actually hate the Judge, but we're going to hold off on the Judge for now. Okay, so let's do this first to grab another Larvitar. Evolve this one. Okay, so Tyranitar can knock out anything they have with its first move, so we're gonna actually put this energy on this other Larvitar. Let's use the escape rope now. Make them put something else out front. Did we rip it? We did not rip it. That's okay. We got 2 Dodrios, though, out of it, so we have the other Larvitar on the board as well. Maybe we hit it this way? Rare Candy, please, deck. Rare Candy, please, deck. Rare Candy, please, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Hook us up with the Nevermind. All right. In that case, because we have the Tyranitar in hand, we also didn't get a Path to the Peak, which I really wanted because of these two things, right? So what are we ditching for the Pupitar? Let's ditch one energy. And probably the Arven. No, Arven's also the Cheryl. There's another Cheryl in the deck, and it's too early to need the Cheryl here. Let's go grab our Pupitar. Okay, okay. Manaphy means that we can't use Crashing Bullet on the everything and still hit them. So let's put this here. Let's go ahead and... We're actually just going to kind of sit here. I don't want to hit our stuff. If they knock out the Pupitar, we can Arven for a Rare Candy and do this to the other Tyranitar, and if they don't, we could just play this out. So let's just pass the turn here. It's not worth doing 20 damage to Manaphy and then 20 damage to all of our own stuff. That's just not worth it. Which sucks. It would have been nice to use an attack here, but this is the safest thing we got. So the Jet Energy means that they do get to use both Comfies here, but that also is their energy for the turn. Maybe they don't hit the Rare Candy. Probably going to hit the Rare Candy and the Charizard, and we don't have the Path to the Peak out. So we might be dead here. Might. They are playing with enough stadiums, though, that they could interact if they wanted to. If the Path to the Peak wouldn't have done anything, they could have just grabbed that from the Colress. Yeah, they have it. Let's see. Let's see if it's good enough. And we planned for this, right? Like, this sucks because they're going to knock out our Pupitar. They're going to put one energy on the Comfy or not. They must have a switching effect then. They got it. Yeah, I was like, they have to have a switching effect here. They're going to use Cramorant here to kind of insulate themselves. It's not going to work because we... will, actually. We have to get the Rare Candy. That's a shame. Let's go ahead and use these and try and hit the Rare Candy. It'd be great if we could use the boss's orders here. A little late, but better than not having it. Let's see. Let's use this first for ourselves before we take it away. Grab another Doduo. Okay. And there we go. Pretty clean, pretty straightforward. Not the ideal turn. If we would have drawn some way to evolve it that turn, that would have been best. Because we want to take this Charizard out before it becomes too big of a problem. It is already a pretty big problem, but at least we could hit it really hard. Unfortunately, it's not weak to electric. We don't have another Larvitar getting ready to go either. The best we got right now is some Doduos, or some Dodrios, which do a lot of damage, but at most, let's see, if you have 9 damage counters on it, do 30 times 9. At most, that's 270 damage. That's not enough to kill the Charizard. Which is, you know, fine. It's fine. It's fair. It's totally fine. It's totally fair. Okay. This is unfortunate because they did this for us, but this is gonna do a lot of damage. zoom a little bit here and see what we can get. Okay, so let's do this. Free retreat here. Get this one out. We are going to do 90 damage to it, which brings it to where Tyranitar can knock it out. So that's something. And I guess we Arven for the Rare Candy now? We can't play it this turn, but I want to have it, and we might want to boss's orders next turn. So 100 damage. We are going to feed them a prize card for this, but hopefully they don't have another Charizard just ready to go. Or a boss's orders of their own. If they have a boss's order of their own, we're just kind of hosed. Okay, straight to the attack. So they didn't have a way to interact with this, which is great. They didn't have another Charizard, which is great. They do get one prize card, which is not great, but whatever. The fact that we just get to just draw cards every turn is so nice. Okay, that energy is really good, actually. We're going to put this down here. Let's do enough to kill a Charizard. 350 is enough. It took 2 turns, but it is enough. Now, if they evolve this other one as kind of a rebuttal, we are dead. It's possible they don't actually have another way to interact with Path to Peak. Unlikely. I would imagine they still have more, and they're not through all of them. Let's take a look at how many they're through. 1 Beach Court. 1 Artisan. Yeah, there's no way they don't have more more ways to interact with Path to the Peak. They even ditched an Artisan there, so I'm assuming they have one in hand? One thing that's a little scary, their deck doesn't play with that much energy, which means their hand is mostly gas. Okay, they had a boss's orders, and they're electing to not. They didn't use it last turn, which is odd. Maybe that's what they drew for the turn. Maybe. Kind of weird. Okay, they're putting the energies back in their deck. Again, they play so low to the ground on energy that they need to be able to get them back in there, but most of their hand is gas. Ours is not energy either, but that doesn't mean ours is... It's even funnier the second time. Oh no, my hand. I mean, that's a pretty solid hand, though. Would have liked the boss's orders so that we could take out this, start swinging on this Charizard before they're ready, but that's pretty good. Call. Alright, let's start here. Draw a card. Oh, what a draw. What a draw. That one, please. What a draw. Now, if they leave the Charizard out, it's dead. If they power it up and knock out our Tyranitar, the Charizard's dead. That was a really, really good boss's orders. That's what that was. Clutch, my grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, etc., etc. This deck is very consistent. I like that. You gotta respect it when the deck has the gumption to do the thing, not just once, not even twice, but repeatedly. Splash Bro! Oh, what's up, Splash Bro? Diver Samurai, that's an interesting name. Can't really swing a sword that well underwater. I mean, swords work better underwater than guns do. And what is a harpoon but a very pointed sword? You take all the sharp and you put it in the front. Yay, thank you, Diver Samurai. I appreciate you. Now let's hope that doesn't mean we're about to lose really quick. Okay, probably, again, we're going to kind of prepare for the worst here and assume this means that our whatever is out here is going to get destroyed by the Comfy. The downside here is that if they play an escape rope, we had to get this Larvitar down. There's just, like, we can't not. And if they play an escape rope, that means Larvitar is going to be what eats the Cramorant. Hopefully they can't do that this turn. Maybe they don't have the nut start. Kind of depends how consistent that style of deck is. And luck, right? It all comes down to luck. Okay. There's 1 out of 4. They didn't get a Cramorant. That's exciting. Maybe no whammies? Maybe no whammies? Okay. Maybe no whammies. If they don't knock out the Larvitar, we are sitting pretty with this hand, though. So, here's hoping. They ditched a Cramorant. That is terrifying. What is in your hand? Okay, yay! Larvitar's safe. Woo! They ditched another switch card, too. So they've played 2 escape ropes and ditched 2 switch cards. That's a lot of their switching effects. They usually play 8 to 12, but that's 4. So for the first turn, that's pretty good for us. Obviously, we need to evolve the Larvitar this turn, so we're going to have to use Arven to get a rare candy if we don't draw the rare candy organically, but eventually we would like to see a judge. Nothing pisses off Lost Zone decks quite so much as just taking away all of that filtering they've done, saying, start over. Okay, so them powering up this Greninja it's actually fine. Like, it sucks because that means the Greninja can kill a Dodrio pretty easily because while Dodrio has enough to soak a Greninja hit, it damages itself into where it doesn't have enough to soak a Greninja hit. Okay, so we need a rare candy, and we'll also grab that just while we're here. That actually might save us. Might save us. We do have to do this, which is a bit of a bummer, but we need to retreat here. And luckily, we don't need to do an extra bunch, a whole lot of damage here. Okay. Not the worst things to ditch if we have to ditch something. You got it, Sheep. We'll get that one next. Okay, how goes the filtering, opponent? What are you up to? What are you up to? What are you filtering for? Isn't this song so good? It's just so, like, chill. Now they're having to use their energies to retreat, which is great for us because Greninja, again, is kind of the scary thing. If they're not putting energy on the Greninja now, they're getting close to being able to use Mirage Gate. Okay, so they're the Dragonite box deck. Okay. Okay. Tyranitar does not care about this card. Tyranitar can destroy this card. Obviously, we need to have a Dodrio to do that, but we're probably going to use Arven to get an Ultra Ball. probably going to use that to get an Ultra Ball. Okay, so that's them getting energy into the, back into their deck. I'm assuming 2 Pokemon, 3 energy. What is it? 1 Pokemon. Okay, so they put the Sableye back in, and they put the water energy back in. Okay. Why are they also playing Psychic? Is it just for... It wouldn't be for Comfy. You don't play Psychic energy for Comfy. So let's play... Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. What do they want to play, darling? Do they want to play Hunt, or do they want to play Overwatch? You got it. Okay, sweet. Okay, so, as I mentioned, Arven is going to get us an Ultra Ball here, because Arven's going to get us a Dodrio. We need to start getting some card draw on. Question is, what are we ditching here? They don't do enough damage for me to really think we should use Cheryl. I'd really like to have this Dodrio going. We're going to hold off on the Nest Ball until we know what we want to do with it. Ultimately, this is all we really need, right? These two together, and that's perfect, because now we don't have to burn our own deck here. They keep going through these Comfies. Now, they only have one more Comfy left, so they can't, just with Comfy, get enough to have Mirage Gate anymore. We've taken out their Comfy. So if they play another Comfy, they can, but Mirage Gate needs you to have 7 cards in the Lost Zone, so they need another way to get one more card before we have to be concerned. I am already concerned. This is my concerned face, but it could be worse. Okay, so they're gonna Kyogre it up. Okay. 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 Now a judge would be just mwah. You love to see that. Them ditching the Forest Sealstone and the Boss's Orders. Both excellent things to not have to worry about. If they continue to just cycle their energies back in, the judges are going to become more and more dangerous for them too. I'm kind of confused by seeing this Kyogre, because this card wants you to have a lot of energies in your deck, right? We played with this card. We built decks around this card. Their deck traditionally doesn't play a lot of energies. Now, at super duper late game, maybe. Okay, this does get them their last cards into the Lost Zone, so they do have enough now to use Mirage Gate. But again, they don't really play enough energy in their deck for this Kyogre to be actually terrifying. It's good, and I'm sure I'm going to eat these words, but it doesn't seem that good, you know? And it's weak to Electric, which is exciting when you're an Electric deck. I'm also very glad we haven't played anything else on the bench, because both of these are bench hitters, and by taking that away from the opponent, that's clearly part of their strat, right? Oh, I didn't catch the sauce bug. Sad. Now, of course, if Greninja takes out Dodrio, we're set. It can't, actually, because of this rigid belt on her, but if they tried, we'd still be a little sad. Okay, so that was... The Comfies are back in their deck, and so are all the energies. Okay. Hey, this isn't gonna work. It can soak too much. Yeah, opponent just is now reading the math when they said that, and it's gonna do 80, which means we have 90, which means we're not dead yet. Okay, all of this that they're doing makes Kyogre worse and worse. I am so confused by what we're seeing right now. This card feels like it doesn't fit. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. It's happened several times in my life at this point. But, Sableye. Okay, I'm glad they waited. Oh, that's what the Psychic Energy's for. Duh. And that's the last one, right? Okay, that's the third one. Sure. The bad news here is that unless we draw a Cheryl, that means we can't draw with Dodrio anymore. Because it'll die. Hey, we just drew it naturally. Yay, alright. Still not playing anything else out. If they want to try and use these cards to just take out Dodrio, that's fine. Tyranitar is going to put on a clinic here. Okay, Sableye will do it. Sableye will kill Dodrio and do some damage to Tyranitar. They might be able to beat us here. You know what this deck might want instead of Ditto? Is something big. Some basic Pokemon that's got some thickness to it. Oh, okay. They changed their mind and want to put a Comfy out front. Okay. Plans are changing. Plans are changing. Okay, they ditched a Comfy for that. Like, they've cut off our card draw, but they haven't cut off Tyranitar. And he's hungry. The only thing that would suck is if they take out this Dodrio before we have a chance to hit the Raikou, because Tyranitar can't one-shot Raikou. That's it. That's like a hit. Oh, that's why they put the Sableye back. They don't have 10 cards in the Lost Zone. That makes sense now. Did opponent mess up? Did opponent mess up? Okay. They did not. Maybe they did. We need another switch now. Okay, they put a Colress in there, which is good for us. But that is 10. Okay, and Sableye's got its energy back. So if they have a switch, which they does have to be a switch because they played their energy. Okay, it's not. Ditto ain't gonna do it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and play out my hand and get some other basics onto the bench. Just because, obviously, Kyogre and Greninja can hit these things, but they would have to hit these things. Let's do... How much Sableye is 12? So this is 14 between the two of them. So we're going to go ahead and do this. It sucks, but like we're losing our Dodrio to do this, but I needed another card. And we didn't have a switch. So, every the Ditto deck... what's up, Sliding Mike? I tried. I cannot make that deck work. I tried it with the Orbeetle. Hang on one second here. I tried it with the Orbeetle, and I wasn't too happy with how it ended up. Because the problem... The Orbeetle build I tried, as soon as they take out either your Nidoqueen or Nidoking, you're just screwed. And that also leaves you a lot of dead cards that you cannot play. If you draw, it's like if your starting hand has like 2 Nidokings and a Nidoqueen, that's 3 dead cards, right? If you can't play them. Okay, so they're going to use Greninja to take out both of them. That's fine. Kind of an interesting choice. Because this makes them discard a bunch of energies, which might be what they want to do because then they could shuffle them back in, but they only have one more Mirage Gate, right? I also tried to make a Nidoking, Nidoqueen deck that was more like a fair one, like you start with Nidorans, Nidorinos, and then evolve like organically, and it's just too slow. Yeah, I don't think the cards to enable that exist right now, at least in Standard. It's possible they're somewhere else, but just gonna have to kind of hide and watch. It's a shame. I love Nidoking, and it's just not good enough. If it was an EX or a V, you know, if it had some beef to it, maybe, but that's the problem, right? You spend so much effort to get a stage 2 out, and then it's like minimal HP. And honestly, minimal damage too. Okay, say goodbye to our Doduos. They have been slain. Okay, an opponent gets a couple prize cards there. I really want to get a judge. Yeah, no worries. If you can make it work, let me know. I really want to make that card work. It does not seem something I can do. But no give up. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. Probably for Sableye, I would guess. Kind of an interesting decision from the opponent. We're going to put this other Ditto out here just in case they play another escape rope. Okay, we only have to knock out one more thing. The only thing that we cannot one-shot is Raikou. Kyogre ain't gonna do it, friend. Because this only hits their bench Pokemon. And it's weak to electric. So if they do this, if they Aqua Storm right here, they're gonna destroy both of these basics. And then they're gonna lose. So, I mean, it'd be a bold strat. Okay, they're good. They're electing to go for the thing. They're gonna Kyogre it up, do a bunch of damage, and then lose the game. They didn't even hit all their energies. That's funny. Maybe the Ditto bait worked, right? I don't think they realize that this is weak to electric. Maybe that's where their mistake is. But, goodbye. Lightning Rampage. Graw. Opponent misplayed a little bit there when they did the thing with the Sableye and stuff like that, but, you know, we have misplayed a lot, so it happens, right? It's good stuff, good stuff. Thank you, opponent, for the game. Pretty clean. And they got through their whole deck, too. That wasn't a we got lucky thing. That was a war of attrition. We actually beat them. Alright, so we're going to do one more. Let's start the giveaway. And the last round has been very specifically requested by Sheep to have the accent. So let me go ahead and slip on into my comfortable hat. You know what I mean? And let's see here. So go ahead and start the giveaway now. Exclamation point ticket if you would like a chance to win a pack of 151 cards. And let's get started. Let's wrap it up here, y'all. Let's wrap it up. Once more into the breach. Excellent pose game, but you ain't no Splash Bro. And that's just, you know, if you're not a Splash Bro, that's fine. You don't have to be a Splash Bro, but like, you know what I mean? Fadisco. All right, let's do this. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I can give you a foot rub later if you'd like. I have my headphones in, so I have my headphones in, so I can't hear the gagging behind me. But I imagine that's what was going on right about there. What's up, darkness? All right, we didn't start with none of our basics that we love so very, very much. Not even a Ditto. You know, even with 10 basic Pokemon, you're gonna mulligan sometimes. Try not to let it get to you. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Opponent, whenever you want to hit that done button, I will get 6 cards. Hopefully, the last time I'll get 7 cards. Actually, I'll get 7. I promise I'll get 7. And, you know, we'll go from there. All right, just the one mulligan. That's good for us. Starting with the Path to the Peak is also really good for us. And having an Avery for the first turn we get to play a supporter after they hopefully just kind of their handout's going to be fantacular. Now, the question we need to ask ourselves here, dadgummit, it's another Comfy. All right. Well, shoot, we didn't really want to let them go first knowing that. Okay, let's play this out. Hopefully that stops them from doing something. Now, good news here is that if they fill their bench up, which Comfy tends to want to fill its bench up, Avery's excellent. Avery's an excellent pickup here. Let's put this here. it doesn't matter because it depends how many escape ropes do they have? How many switches do they play Cramorant first turn? Like, we're not going to try and big brain this one, y'all. My brain is tiny like a pea, and we're just going to let that ride. All right, here comes another Comfy. Opponent, please, thank you. Don't make me look stupid in front of all my friends. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see here. Little flower selecting. Pick a flower for your Comfy. What would dish? Okay, ditching an energy. Watching them now. Okay, so there's a big difference in their deck between putting an energy in the discard pile and putting an energy in the lost zone. And the big difference is quite simply, you see, 2 words, Super Rod. Right? Because if they can't Super Rod it back, that energy's gone now. That's good for us. That's real good for us. Okay, they put a boss's orders in there. That's kind of terrifying. I guess it don't really look like much. Like, what are they going to boss's orders? The other one? You know what I mean? But it ain't nothing. Hey, do you want to play out? If they don't play out into Avery this turn, that's fine. We're actually probably going to Arven for a Rare Candy anyways. Oh, shoot. They played a Rare Candy. What are they Rare Candying? What do we know that their deck plays that? Okay. Well, goodbye, Larvitar. That's a shame right there. Okay, they are going to fill it up. All right, that's good for us. Oh, that's what the Rare Candy's for. They're a Charizard Lost Zone deck. Do they also have another switch for the Comfy? They do. All right, well, shit. Ain't that just how it goes? This is the kind of the biggest difficulty when dealing with the Lost Zone deck, right? They get to do 110 damage on the first turn. Just like every time. Every time. That's just, a thing, but it is a thing. That was nice and descriptive. Thanks, Wiggles, for using the same word to describe itself. I try. All right. Ooh, Tynamo, that's a little thing. Little old electric fish right there. All right, well, goodbye, Larvitar. You fought very bravely and died very quickly. Now, if we don't rip a Rare Candy here, we are going to have to use the Arven because Cramorant's just going to kill this. I really hope we rip, well, not that. I'll be honest. Not that. Alright, so let's grab us a Rare Candy. We're going to go ahead and grab this to ditch to this Ultra Ball here. Kind of have to. Alright, let's ditch both of these here. Go get us a Doduo. Stick to the plan, y'all. We stick to the plan. Now, this Path to the Peak is still out there to prevent the Charizard from being a problem. That's kind of it. That's all it's there to do, though. Maybe if we're lucky, this Avery's going to hit us a Dodrio and an Energy. Maybe. Darkness, I don't disagree with you. Everything seems to be Lost Zone these days, and this ain't gonna rotate for a while. We just get to enjoy it. See, it's like y'all know me. I like to, well, and then nothing happened. I like to put engines, right? Various engines in different decks to try and see what really comes across as like, this is a strong deck. This deck works well with this engine. Lost Zone's not an engine. It's like a whole thing. Because it's not just like 6 Pokemon or 8 Pokemon. You need 4 Comfies, you need 4 Cramorants, you need Colresses. Like, none of those are bad, but that's not an engine, that's a car. It's like saying, what's the other kind of like outfit? Okay, Kamado's more likely to work, but Avery's gonna be funnier. I guess we'll get to Avery next turn. Okay, alright, well, we get to take out the Cramorant, if nothing else. That's something. Okay, let's do that. Please don't ditch Dodrios. Please don't burn 2 Dodrios. Boss's orders in an Arven. That's a little sad, but that's better than a Dodrio. Okay, Cheryl is an excellent draw, because this Charizard is going to do what? 180 plus, that's going to do 220. 220, that's 330. This can do 330 damage. If they do that, if they put all that effort into doing 330 damage, and then we just take it away with the Cheryl, that's going to be hilarious. Oh, it's so close, and then it didn't die. Okay, they've put 3 energy in the Lost Zone at this point. Lost Zone. That one's hard to say with the accent. Lost Zone. They have put 3 energy in the lost zone. That's trying to mix accents. That feels weird. Ain't right. Ain't right. All right. Another Charmander, another Comfy, or another Cramorant. No, that can't be a Cramorant. Charmander it is. All right. All right. Fill up your bench, buddy. Fill up your bench. Now, best case scenario for us, they don't actually have... Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's tempting. That's tempting. But let's just Avery for now. Make him get rid of... Say bye-bye to some of your friends there, buddy. What don't you love? Which of your children are you most happy saying goodbye to as we send them away to the discard pile? That was kind of fucked up to say. Okay. 2 Charmanders it is. Alright, so now we're going to Ultra Ball these 2 things away here. We're going to get us a Dodrio. Okay, okay. Put this here. Now, if this rips us... an energy, we're not going to play it this turn. If this rips us an energy, we're not going to play it this turn. Okay, it didn't. Okay, it didn't. If I knock this Comfy out, Charizard does kill me in response, so we're actually not going to do it. I'm going to look the devil in the eye and say no. No. It does give them 1 more hit on the Comfy, but that doesn't really matter at this point. Like, okay, they might have some mirrors or some gates, right? Like, okay, sure. Sure. If they do all this to get a gate out, and then they have to switch the Charizard to the front, and then don't knock us out, we'll take that, right? We'll take that. Okay? Getting rid of the Path to the Peak now don't really do anything. Like, sure, it's gone. I'm sad. Mirage Gate? The Charizard already came out, right? And the Charmanders are gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, they did just have it, so I was right. I was right. Tell you what. And the Mirage Gate. Okay, so this is going to start to get Giratina powered up and ready to go, too. Okay, okay. Okay, and this is so the Comfy can retreat, and the Charizard can come out front, right? I'm assuming... Okay, alright. We planned for this, chat. We know exactly what's going to happen. 330 damage, please. On the Tyranitar up front. Ta-da! 320. Well, that's... You know what? That's alright. That's alright. Can I have an energy, please? I cannot. Okay, okay. Can I have an energy, please? I cannot. Shit. Alright, alright. In that case... Oh, alright. Let's just go ahead and Cheryl this turn, and then we're going to use an escape rope here. Shucks we have to lose that energy, but we didn't draw one anyway, so it's whatever. Let's see here. Let's use an escape rope, make them put their Charizard back in their pocket. Okay, alright, and here comes Doduo to save the day. Alright. Now, if we don't draw an energy this turn, we're just going Professor's Research. They're a little ahead of us on cards, so that'd be nice anyways. Okay, okay. They haven't played any Sableye yet, and I'd be honestly kind of shocked if they did. They might have a one-of, right? They could have a one-of. But the Sableye is kind of the scariest thing for us. They also didn't play a Greninja out and haven't shown a Greninja, so maybe they're not doing that. Maybe that's... The sacrifices they made to put this Charizard in here seem pretty costly in terms of the consistency of their deck. Charizard's a great card, and I'm sure it makes up for it in most games, but... Comes at a cost, chat. Everything comes at a cost. Opponent's having to make a very difficult decision right now. Sitting there and they're thinking. And they've got their thinking hats on as they're thinking. And they're thinking right now about thoughts. Opponent? Friendo? Okay, what'd they pick? Super Rod. Okay, interesting choice considering on the energies in their bin, but all right. And the Charmander's in their bin. I'm kind of surprised at that, but what can you do? I wonder what they picked. They might not have picked. They were AFK for a bit there, and they're still not doing anything. It's quite possible. They sure do be thinking thoughts, exactly. It's quite possible that they're actually standing up and walking around a little bit and just like, wait, but all the damage from that Tyranitar, it just up and that gum disappeared. Like it was some sort of from outer space mystery. I'll tell you what. Alright, so if they do pass the turn without doing anything, because they're not actually here, Okay, thank you, opponent. Alright, so, dang it, I really want an energy deck, and now I know I'm going to get like 6 of them, and I'm annoyed by that. Alright, so let's use our Switch first, so we can be sure we get that up to the front. Let's use the Professor's Research and just rip that Band-Aid off. Okay, that wasn't too many of them, so that's fine. That's fine. Alright. Let's do this, draw an extra card. What do we get? Nest Ball. Nest Ball. Let's grab another Larvitar. We have the Pupitar in hand, that's the only reason I want that. Alright, let's hurl a mountain at this little comfy. We're going to squish this here flowered necklace under a mountain. Sad to see that other Tyranitar go. There's still more though, right? There's still... Ooh, there might be one more in the deck. Opponent, you do have to pick a new card to put out there before you are kicked for being AFK, my friend. Maybe their connection dropped, maybe something came up. I would make the pizza comment, but we had pizza actually last night, and I had leftover pizza for breakfast, so I don't really want pizza right now. Maybe they had something else come up. Maybe they got a singing telegram. Someone just knock on the door. Well, I got me a song for you. I'm gonna sing it with some twang. That's really hard to do with music playing. I agree, Slide and Mike. I think the opponent has found something better to do with their time. Besides losing, you know? And can you blame them, right? If you walk up to somebody and just smack them on the butt, they're going to walk away, right? They're going to walk away. And that's what we ultimately did. So let's do the wrap up here. And I'll tell you what, just because this is the last game, I'm actually going to do the wrap up in the accent. Get some practice in, you know what I mean? A little bit of practice for the accent. All right. So, final thoughts on this one. This felt really clean. Open it up, please. This felt really clean, really good. I don't know what all I would change here. Maybe go up another judge. There was a couple times we wanted that. Thank you, Darkness GG. There's a couple times we wanted the judge. Probably down on the Pokégears. You have so much card draw with Dodrio that you don't really need the Pokégears. They're mostly there because we have this sort of glut of supporters. So maybe the selection's good in that aspect. You might just want to go down on supporters a little bit, honestly. I would say either 2 Averys or 2 judges, maybe not both, maybe only one Cheryl, because when Cheryl comes up, it's usually like a haha, gotcha, not like a I've been planning this from the get-go, you know what I mean, Yugi boy? Maybe up on the energy too, despite only having things that need 1 or 2 energy. 11's a little low for my blood, right? Bonus accent, there you go. But yeah, ultimately I like this deck. We're gonna play this again. We might make some little bit of tweaks, you know. I thought about maybe switching this Ditto out for something else. We're gonna see. So bye YouTube. See you Sunday.